Hello and welcome, everyone. We're going to wait for some people up on here. And when you do hop on, let me know if you can hear me. I've been having some issues with the sound on this laptop. So let me know if you can hear me all right. Excited to be doing an energy update for you guys for this coming week. And yes, go ahead and hit that like button as well when you hop in. Whoever's on right now, if you can let me know if you can hear me all right. If you can't, then I will close this out and hop on my phone. Can you hear me all right, Jamie? Hello. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Tommy. My personal sound check coordinator there. All right, beautiful. So we don't have to hop onto the phone. I have an issue with recording videos on this laptop, which I bought specifically for live streams and to do my videos on. So I'm glad it's coming through for the live stream. Beautiful. Hello, T. Hello, Kelly. Hello, George. And I'm excited to be doing this. I think it was on 1/1 that we did our last live stream, the 1/1 portal. And now it's 1/11, which is a continuation of the 1/1 portal energies. So now we're on 1/1/1. Technically, we're on 1/1/1/2/3. And something that was, hello, Light Codes. Welcome. Hello, Nizamudin. Something that was brought to my attention that I thought was really interesting is that this year began with the number sequence 1123. I mean, if you add the rest of 2023, it would be 112023. But we're going to go with the 1123, right? And it's going to end with 12123123. So we've been having this repeating number sequence of the ones, the twos, and the zeros that we've been talking about since 2020. And we talk about this as the recoding of the matrix, right? And now we're adding in that 3 energy, which is the energy of creation. So we're broken down the old system, right? We're recoding the framework of our reality. And now we're bringing in that 3 energy. And with 2023, this is when we're really beginning to create something new. Right? The old has been deconstructed, is deconstructing, but we are also bringing in and creating that new, fresh energy now. When the 2 becomes the 3, right? That's when the creation energy is present. That's what that 3 number represents, among other things. So really exciting stuff. And any of these, oh, I'm so happy you did too, Misty. Any of these days where we have these repeating numbers, the 1s, the 2s, the 0s, and now the 3s as well, we're going to be feeling the energy that much more acutely and intensely. And absolutely right now on this 1/11 energy, which is, as we said, a continuation of that 1/1 portal energy. So really excited to be here with you guys tapping into this. Yeah, George. Very emotional. There may be a lot of emotion coming up for people. We are in the wake of that Cancer full moon as well, which was highly emotional. Yeah, I mean, the numerology is fun, right? There's so many different ways. I've been learning a lot about different astrology systems that work with the energy of the numbers and the degrees. And I've been kind of feeling into my own understanding of what the degrees represent, because I know that they're significant, but I haven't found anything yet that 100% resonates with what I feel. And so I'm in the beginning stages of starting to channel some information and some energy around what it is that I feel as far as what these numbers represent. And I definitely feel there is a correlation to traditional numerology here, right? These are the vibrations and the frequencies of the numbers. And so we always want to pay attention to these numbers because they are like gateways of energy. And there's a lot of powerful high vibrational energy coming in for us right now. Hello, Evelyn. So hello, Ty. Welcome. So definitely take good care of yourselves tonight. If you're feeling the need to get rest, get some extra rest. Salt baths will be very good. I had a really powerful energy session. I received a really powerful energy session. I think it was last night. We know how time goes here. It's hard to keep track. I'm pretty sure it was last night. And I felt the need to take a salt bath afterwards to really help with that cleansing and clearing process. And I still think that I'm in the process of it. I don't know about you guys, but I've been the headaches, we were talking about how people might be getting headaches. I've definitely been feeling those. I have another one today. I had a headache yesterday as well. There's a lot of third eye activations going on right now. So we want to take care around that. I'm not above taking a leave or ibuprofen or something like that if I need to when I get a headache. There are obviously other ways to work through that energy too. I've been using my tuning fork on my third eye as well, gently, of course, working with crystals, working with like any way that we can detoxify, and then clearing and balancing the energies of the third eye. Sound and vibration especially has been something that's been coming through for all of us to be working with. Take a shower and shinglets. Wow. Back up. Take a shower and sing light language. I love that, George Cook. I feel like Tommy may be able to relate to that. Laying down backache. Yeah, just those body aches in general. All of that. We feel it very acutely in our physical bodies as our light bodies are expanding. Everyone that hasn't hit that like button yet, go ahead and hop on and do that. I'm working on getting better at reminding people to do these things. But yeah, Mercury is still in retrograde. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that energy here. And Mercury will be, I'm going to pull up my little cheat sheet here for the energies. On the 18th, Mercury will be going direct. So exactly a week from today, Mercury will be posting up direct, and Mars went direct today. So Mars is currently stationed direct as we are filming this. So as we move forward over this next week, we are going to feel like we are perhaps feeling a little bit more motivated, like there's a little more pep in our step. Mars retrograde can kind of take us backwards a little bit. The Mars retrograde, like we talked about in the Mars retrograde video, had a very Mercury retrograde kind of energy and feel to it. So with Mercury in retrograde as well, that's a lot of that mental retrograding energy. So with Mars going direct, that's at least going to bring part of our mental processes into a more direct motion. And of course, as Mercury stations direct next Wednesday, we will be feeling that even more. Of course, there will be the post shadow period. However, we will be kind of locking back in as far as our mental processes go in the more traditional ways that they function. For those of you who aren't familiar, when we talk about the Mercury retrogrades, the Mercury retrograde gives our minds, right? Because Mercury rules the mind, it rules communication, it rules perception, the way that we think, the way that we share our thoughts and ideas, the way that we process information. And so when Mercury goes retrograde, our minds work in kind of flip-flop and work from the opposite lens. And so those of us who are more linear in our thinking tend to think from our more emotional, intuitive side of our brain. And those who think more emotionally intuitively tend to think more linearly. It's really interesting how it can have a different effect for different people. But it's always taking us in sort of a backward progression, and we're reviewing, we're looking over things. The past is sometimes pulled into the present. And so in the sign of Capricorn, we also discussed with the Mercury retrograde how that particular Mercury retrograde, this particular Mercury retrograde that we are still experiencing, is really about the mastering of our mental energy and the ways that we utilize and conduct this mental energy. And as Mars retrograde in Gemini wanted to teach us and has been teaching us, our thoughts are incredibly important because they are what create and dictate our actions. So understanding the connection between our thoughts and then our actions and the way we're able to utilize our masculine energy and actualize ourselves in the world, really understanding and working with that correlation. And as we continue through this next week, continuing to notice and pay attention to the way that our minds are working. Are we allowing our minds to kind of hold us hostage? Or are they functioning in a way that is beneficial for us? And are we able to kind of like, it's sort of like the vision that I'm getting right now is like our mind kind of derailing. Like sometimes it's our mind's like a train and it's on the track and it's going where it's meant to. And then all of a sudden it kind of derails and goes off this way. And so it's like when our mind derails, are we able to steer it back onto the track? That's part of the energy of what we are learning to how we're learning to work with our minds during this Mercury retrograde. Hello, Cappy 13. Welcome. Lend me your thumbs. Fell getting undressed and sprained your wrist. Oh man, yeah. There's been a lot of a lot of little mishaps and things like that can happen. Particularly a lot of times with technology, but what is our body, right? If not our own personal technology. All right, it is starting to warm up in here a little bit. I got as I always do during these winter months, I have my space heater going here. So those are really the most important aspects of this week as far as the astrology goes. Is the Mars stationing direct today and then Mercury stationing direct next Wednesday. Other than that, the week is not too crazy and intense. We have Juno entering Aries. This is the planet or the asteroid that represents partnership, especially marriage. So we have that energy as far as just more Aries energy, really, that we're working with. So we may have that approach to our significant relationships, and we may be feeling a little bit bolder when it comes to the ways that we approach and deal with each other in partnership. We want to watch out for power struggles in partnership when we have Juno in the sign of Aries. Yeah, and then on the 14th, we have Venus and Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus. And this is sort of the kind of 3/4 point. Venus is going to be conjunct Uranus. Not too long, not too far of a ways from now. I guess that's the way I wanted to say that there. So we have kind of a preamble to that energy. I want to say that's happening in February. Don't take that as gospel. Because I'm really not sure. Sometime in the late winter, early spring is when I think that's going to be happening. But this is kind of a prelude to that energy as we have Uranus in conversation with Venus. And that is a bit of a conversation of tension. And so as we're looking at Uranus and Venus, this is always a fun conjunction when Uranus and Venus come together, because it makes us feel really free when it comes to love. There's like a rebellious energy. We're very much wanting to love and be loved in a way that makes us feel free. We are seeking that freedom. We are seeking people that expand us. And so with Uranus squaring Venus, this may be a time where we are more sensitive to the ways that the people, and this isn't just romantic, but the people in our lives, whether our relationships of any kind are allowing us a sense of freedom or whether they are making us feel more boxed in. And this can be applied as well when it comes to our relationship to abundance and finance, when it comes to our relationship to our creativity. And so we're really, with this aspect, feeling that need to break free. So that desire for freedom and freedom of expression is going to be a big theme and energy that we're working with this week as well. And with Mercury in retrograde and all of this stuff, like this could be a week for breakups or makeups. And so we just want to not do anything too rash. I always recommend if we can avoid making any major decisions during Mercury retrograde, that's always a great idea. It's especially like if you're in a relationship, I never recommend breaking up with someone during Mercury retrograde unless there are like serious issues that you've been having for a really long time. And this Mercury in retrograde finally gives you that like boost of confidence that you need, that boost of clarity that you need to break away from something toxic. Then of course that's a great idea. But if we just all of a sudden find ourselves feeling some type of way about somebody that we're with, it's best to let those energies settle. I dated somebody once who got extremely thrown off by the retrogrades, and it was always like, oh my God, are we going to make it through this Mercury retrograde? So that may be why I always throw out that disclaimer to people, just personal experience. Yes, thank you, Mars, for going direct. We love Mars direct. Hello, Lightmaker. I think I already said hello to you, but hello again. You leave your job 3/3/23. Oh, that's so cool, George. And one thing, and there is, of course, going to be a video on this, but something that I found really interesting was the fact that Pluto enters Aquarius on 3/23/23. So 3/2/3/2/3. that was really an interesting tidbit as well. Of course, that is one of the big energies for 2023 that we're looking forward to. All right, let's pull some tarot here. Clear. Let's get some guidance on this upcoming week. What is going on? What guidance does Spirit have for us? What do my viewers need to know? What does Spirit want to share with us? Oh, and I want to apologize. I know on the last live stream at the beginning, I said that I was going to timestamp the different topics that we covered, and I did not end up doing that. So my apologies to anybody who watched that and was sort of like thrown off by that energy. And so we have the Nine of Pentacles trying to pop out there. I'm not sure if we're going to take it or not, but these two we are definitely taking. We have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords that came out together. So this definitely feels like people who are still being strongly affected this week by the Mercury retrograde energies. Really in our heads. So there could be a lot of people, a lot of us who are really conflicted mentally as we move through this week. And there's something that you're not seeing. That's what Spirit wants you to know. There's something that you're not seeing this week. Something is not appearing. This is very Neptunian energy that we have going on here. So it's like, look more closely at the situations. I feel like for some of us, there's some situation playing out in our reality right now. And there's something that we're supposed to be learning or understanding from that situation. And it's like we think that we've gotten what the message is or what the lesson is, but we're missing something. We haven't absorbed or understood the full picture yet. Tell me some more here, Spirit. This may be during this week too. I'm feeling like some people may be finding things out. Truths may be revealed. And then like, it's going to be very obvious what the thing was that you weren't seeing clearly, because some sort of truth is going to come out, or you're going to find out about something that's very unsettling, possibly. We got the Seven of Cups here. Yeah. So there's a lot of confusion going on for people. And it definitely feels like the mind playing tricks. Yeah, this is a very Neptunian energy here. So I really do feel I'm really going back to the energy that I just discussed about not making any big decisions, and definitely not any snap decisions during this next week as Mercury completes its retrograde, because there's something that you're not seeing or understanding clearly enough to be able to make the choice or decision that you're thinking about making right now. You need more information. Yeah, some people, it's like you're not seeing what's right in front of you. And for other people, it's like you're seeing something that's not there. Give me one more card on this, and then I think I might go to the Intuit Tarot for this. All right, we got the Queen of Swords coming out. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords is, of course, feminine energy. This is feminine air energy. But I'm feeling, once again, like you see in this card, how she's sitting and contemplating. I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this is a time for contemplation more than action. And we are going to feel, yes, Misty, exactly. Like we're deluding ourselves. Or we're missing a piece of the picture here. And so we are going to feel drawn and called to action. with Mars going direct now, that energy is very much going to want us to move us forward, especially in Gemini when it comes to communication. When it comes yeah, somebody may be getting some puzzling communication this week as well. Yeah, just a lot of like, if you have the ability to kind of pull back and take the time to get all the information before making a decision, that's what you want to do. I also am feeling for somebody, it's like if there's something that you're finding out, like somebody's telling you something about somebody or something, don't just accept what they're saying at face value. Take the time to get the facts, because they may be telling you a story that is one-sided or is not taking into account all the information, and there may be ulterior motives for why they're telling you what they're telling you, or it may not be a complete truth. It could be, it's like a half truth is what I feel. So get all the information before you go all classic Queen of Swords energy and start chopping off people's heads. Good time for Temperance. Solik, hello, by the way. Yes, exactly. It is definitely a good time for Temperance. We're going to pull a couple cards from the Zodiac 108 to see what else. And I feel for some people too, on a less dramatic fashion, this could simply be that you have some opportunities that are going to be presented to you this week, some options, and you're having trouble determining or deciphering what is the best choice or the best path forward for you. And once again, the same message applies. Wait and get more information. You don't have to make your decision. I don't feel like this is something where you might feel pressured to make a decision, but you don't actually have to make a decision right now. All right. So we have two timing cards coming out here, which is interesting. We have, at this time, the situation or outcome is unlikely to occur. And then we have Person of Earth in the middle here within a few weeks. So there's something, yeah. So what we're talking about here when we're discussing, especially if this, whatever this has to do with, whether this has to do with for some, something that somebody, like information that somebody gives you about somebody in your life or about a situation, about a job maybe, or if this is like an opportunity or a few different opportunities that you're trying to decide between or decipher, you have a little bit of time to figure this out and to kind of like slow down a little bit. There's a few weeks of a window, all right, to before the energy of this really kind of takes off, for you to kind of like sort things out. I feel like for some people this has to do with looking at the Person of Earth. This is also Earth energy, represents the material world and the material realm, right? So I feel for some people this has to do with like a job opportunity or something, a job change maybe. Like maybe you are trying to make a decision about your business, or you're being offered, somebody's offering you an opportunity to kind of go a different way with what you're doing. And for some of you guys, I feel like you've been waiting for this for a while and it hasn't quite come through yet. And so if that's the case for some people watching this, it will be within the next few weeks. And that'll of course be when Mercury is completely out of the shadow period as well. So that makes sense. I also feel like there's somebody here who's watching this who's been waiting for communication from an earth sign. And if that's the case, that's and you're kind of like Perhaps you were even excited about it if this is somebody from your past during Mercury retrograde, because people from the past do tend to pop up, and you've been kind of disappointed because you haven't heard from them yet. And you've been feeling, I feel like whoever this is for, you've been kind of like feeling in your gut that this person is going to reach out to you, but nothing's happened yet. It will happen within the next few weeks. So just be patient. Once again, that energy of patience just keeps coming through for all of us. Just be patient. I feel like don't jump the gun. Wait for them to reach out to you, because they will. If this is about a decision about your business, don't feel like you have to make that decision right now. You'll have the information that you need within the next few weeks. If this is, if the aspect of this reading where you find out somebody tells you something about somebody in your life, you don't have to act on that right now. Wait, because more is going to unfold over the next few weeks that's going to make things more clear. And then you're going to have the opportunity over the next few weeks to learn the whole truth, instead of just operating from that half-truth point of view, perspective. All right, and we have flamingos coming out here, which is soulmates, lovers, seduction, union. So there's definitely love energy here for somebody where this, and that's a 2 energy. For somebody where this is a person you've been waiting to reach out, this is like a romantic person. I feel like some people who are watching this too, as far as like love related stuff goes as well, if you've been dating somebody, or you kind of started dating somebody, but then they kind of pulled back, or you guys were really busy and you just didn't have time for each other, or something happened where it kind of like there was a slowdown, like things began and then they kind of slowed down. In the next few weeks, like you will reconnect with them. Like I don't feel like the what over. I feel like it's going to pick back up again when the timing is right. All right. Anything else here? This also feels like a message for anyone who's been just feeling insecure and unstable, like feeling instability in some area of their life, especially like if it comes to money and finances, things in the physical manifested world. The situation is going to begin shifting and changing within the next few weeks. So just continue to stay positive and do the things, take the positive actions and the right steps. So we have the fishing pole coming out with the person of water, and the hook. Interesting. A lot of fishing energy going on there. And the water energy, of course, would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And I feel like this is the energy where people are learning, or are in a process of learning this week, a deeper sense of self-reliance, especially like this is like, and this takes us back to the full moon in Cancer energy, right? When we're working with that Cancer Capricorn axis. All right, that is when we're working with that energy, that is the energy of reparenting the self. Right? The Cancer energy is the mother energy. The Capricorn energy, in a lot of sense, is the father energy. All right, so working with that mother father energy, the energy of reparenting ourselves. So there's been an energy of really learning the importance of being able to rely on ourselves and not depend on other people for our emotional fulfillment. Right? It's like the energy of dependence, like really working to, I wanted to say abolish, but to move away from that energy of codependence anywhere where we're still experiencing or expressing that, and to move into more of an energy of independence and interdependence. So there may be situations that some people are facing that kind of force us into this energy of needing to rely on the self for our own emotional healing. And there's this energy too of learning through the energy of powerlessness, like understanding when and how, what we are powerless over and what we have power over. And remember, the only thing that we have power over is our own thoughts, our own words, and our own actions. We do not have power over anybody else. And so really coming to terms with that. There may be situations coming up for people that remind them of areas where they do feel powerless, especially when this comes to people that we're trying to help, people that are close to us. And we're noticing and understanding where it is that our own well-being has been dependent upon another's well-being. And that is, of course, another fancy way of describing the energies of codependency, right? But a beautiful energy that's coming through with this as well for some people is that during this week, there may be people who are kind of in a position where you're beginning to work with others as a type of mentor, where you're beginning to help others in some type of fashion, where you're guiding them through an experience that you've had before. You're helping them to reconnect to a part of themselves, helping other people to become more emotionally empowered. So if anybody is in the mode right now of becoming, like, working to become a counselor, working in some type of healing capacity, or if you are somebody who is receiving counseling right now, it feels really beneficial. Like the results of that, you're going to begin seeing some results from that. And if you've been thinking about getting counseling or finding some assistance, a spiritual mentor, somebody to kind of help you through whatever it is that you're going through right now, I feel that being very beneficial for you. There's a strong yes there, and to keep working at that. And if you're somebody who's just begun working with somebody or beginning to work on some things with somebody, some type of healer, counselor, advisor, whatever it is, don't give up on that, because there is growth there. It's just going to require you to open up emotionally. You have to be willing to get vulnerable in order to reap the benefits. And if you are beginning to pursue some type of career or even like some service work around this, it's going to be very rewarding to you. And if it is like a career thing, it looks like it's going to be very abundant for you, because that is a direction that your soul's wanting to move into. I feel like some people this week, you may be getting some clarity around your career or life path. And I feel a lot of people, there's just a lot of emotional growth this week, and a lot of instances where we are really noticing how much we have grown emotionally. And Spirit's wanting us to give ourselves credit for that. Hello, Cookies Mama. All right, any other cards here before we go to another deck? Anything else here? Yeah, we have the curtain call coming out with handcuffs. And what I'm feeling from this, first of all, I'm feeling like an ending. People, if there are people in your life, remember, we're talking about this with the Uranus square Venus energy that we're going to be experiencing this week, that need to break free, that need to remove ourselves from situations and from people that keep us trapped in a box, that tie us down in the way of preventing us from being who we truly are, expressing our truth, living our truth. So there's an energy of that. But I'm also feeling for somebody here. Somebody is coming to recognize this week. This is somebody who is in the public eye to some extent. Somebody who is well known, whether this is just within your own circle, that you run with, the groups or organizations that you are a part of, the circles that you're a part of, or perhaps you have some type of platform where people follow you. You're in the public eye in some way, and you're beginning to realize how it's actually preventing you from being able to, like, it's holding you back in a sense, because there's an aspect of you that you feel you're unable to express because of the image that people have of you and the way that people see you, and this need that you felt to uphold that image. It's like, and this extends to even if you don't relate to the being in the public eye, I think this message extends to each and every single one of us in the areas where we've been wearing a mask, the areas where we felt like we had to play a part. There's going to be this energy where we simply cannot stomach doing that anymore. Where it's like the cost of showing up as somebody other than who we truly are is too much. And so this week, we're really going to be feeling that need and that desire to break free from that. And any type of fame, any type of presence that we have, where we have to be somebody or something other than who we truly are in order to maintain that, I mean, that's faulty to begin with, right? That's not a place that we want to be. We want to be well known for being who we are. That is the ultimate goal as we move into this age of Aquarius, right? Is to be known and loved and appreciated for who we are. And I think for some people, it's been difficult because we may not have fully known who we were. And so people came to know us and understand us as one thing. But now who we are, our understanding of ourselves is shifting and changing. And it's almost like for some people, it's more of just like a fear of like, if I express the new truth of who I am, are people still going to love me? Am I still going to get this praise? Am I still going to get this adoration from people? So it's like a whole fear-based thing where you may not even need to be something other than who you are in order to maintain and to continue to have this popularity or whatever this is, but there's a fear of what if, and that fear is actually false. And that for some people is the thing that you're not seeing clearly this week, is that expectation that you live up to this certain standard that you feel you've set for yourself is not held by everybody else. That's your own expectation of yourself. Black Moon and Lilith and Leo vibes. Ooh, there's a combo right there. Yeah, I like that, Misty. Hello there, Eve. Welcome. And speaking of, I think we're going to pull a few Black Moon astrology cards because I'm curious to see what they're going to say about the energies of this week. This is actually, I think this is my favorite astrological deck that I have. I had to cut the cards because they had like this huge obnoxious trim around them so that they were more visually appealing, clear. But I do really like them. They have a great energy to them. And the guidebook is really great as well. I don't usually get too deep into it because there's a lot of information in there. But if you're giving yourself a personal reading, the guidebook is extremely helpful and very informational. And they let you go deep. Hello, DSA. Hello, Momo. Oh, I haven't seen you on here for a while. Momo's Happy Place. Welcome. Yes, many blessings to you as well. So let's see what's going on for this upcoming week. Let's get some guidance. Jupiter return benefits is the first card out here. All right, so that's beautiful. We have blessings, and it's so funny because hello, Sumya, welcome. I was just talking with my friend Tommy before the live stream. He's been noticing Jupiter looking very beautiful in the sky lately. And so we were talking about the energy of Jupiter a little bit. Jupiter, of course, in those early degrees of Aries right now, probably at 1 degree. I actually want to check and see exactly what degree of Aries Jupiter is at right now. Let's see. 2 degrees of Aries today. We have Jupiter. Oh, once again, with that 2 energy coming through. Somebody was talking about the 2s. And so I'm feeling for people, if you know how to look, check out where Jupiter is in your chart right now, because Jupiter is bringing in blessings for everyone. And the blessing is a fresh beginning. It's a new start. So Spirit wants to remind us, take a look at your own natal chart and see where 2 degrees of Aries is for you. What house is that in? All right. Is that aspected to any planets? If you guys want assistance with this, I do chart readings, live Zoom calls. I'm thinking about adding another service pretty soon where I do like a written transit chart for people, if that's something that people would be interested in. I used to do them. I did them as a written thing with a Zoom call as well. And sometimes it went on for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours. It was a pretty extensive process. But doing it in a written version, I'm feeling like I may be offering that in the future for some people as well. But I do either transit chart consults or natal chart consults. Of course, I do personal readings. I also do healings, and I am I'm booking my wait list currently, and I will be probably through that. Like currently, I believe I'm booking into February. But I am accepting clients. So if there's anyone who's been waiting to get in. But yeah, if you know how, check out where 2 degrees of Aries is in your chart. See what area of your life Jupiter may be bringing through these blessings. And it is the blessing of a new start, a fresh start, a new beginning. And once again, this leads into this energy that we were talking about, this energy of self-reliance, right? Now the fishing pole makes sense, talking about self-reliance, right? Teach a man to fish. And we have solar eclipse coming out, revolution. And this is card 44, 49 and 44. So 4 and an 8, if we break those down too. Yeah. So this blessing, this is a complete light. When we're talking about the solar eclipse, this is bringing in something really brand spanking new. And what this is reminding me of now is, which video was it that we did within the last month or so? It was titled Shock of the New, I think. I can't remember what video that was, but that came up really recently. This energy of like brand new experiences, brand new people, brand new opportunities coming into people's lives, coming into people's realities. And so I'm feeling this with this Jupiter return energy here. There may be some people watching this as well who are actually getting ready to have a Jupiter return, which is when Jupiter returns to the same place in your natal chart that it was when you were born. So anyone who has their natal Jupiter in Aries, definitely pay attention to this, because you are having your actual Jupiter return. It happens approximately every 12 years. But yeah, there is some brand new. And yes, look at your own natal chart if you can to see where this energy is for you. But even if you don't know, it doesn't matter. There's some area of your life and you're going to feel and sense, and you probably already know where it is, where this brand new beginning, this opportunity for this brand new beginning is going to present itself. Sagittarius, I see. So for some people, this may be also an opportunity for travel. It may be an opportunity for higher learning. To go back to school to learn. I feel like for some people, it's like to study. The energy of the mentor came through, right? To study or study with or be mentored by somebody. And for somebody, this is just that shift of perception that we were talking about when we talked about the energy of not seeing something clearly. This is like the blessing is when the clarity comes through. And like we said, that's going to happen most likely over the next few weeks for people. But you could be beginning as soon as this week, beginning to have that clarity, that expansion. This is also Sagittarius. We're working with the energy of belief systems, right? And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So how perfect that we have it coming out with the Jupiter card here. This could be a shift in belief systems as well. And remember, when we shift our belief systems, we shift our entire reality. And it was 44 minutes, 33 seconds when I said that. Because our beliefs create our reality. We have the 11th house, friends, coming out. So for some people, this new beginning has to do with the connections that you make, has to do with a new group or organization or a cause that you are aligning yourself with. Has to do with your soul tribe and your soul family coming in. Your ability to recognize them when they show up in your life. And some of you guys, you're going to get this opportunity to travel. I'm feeling travel very strongly here for somebody. And the people that you connect with and you meet through your travels are going to be very influential as you move forward from here on your life path. Like some of your soul tribe, you're going to meet in your travels. This feels like beyond this week for somebody. If you have a trip coming up this week, this obviously is especially relevant for you. But for some people, this feels like an energy extending through 2023. You're going to make some really powerful connections through your travels, especially when you're being aligned with other people who have a similar spiritual mission, spiritual calling, or you're like traveling to spiritual places or sites, or places that have significance for your soul specifically. That's extremely relevant in those types of situations. There's a lot of growth there. Aries North node. Ooh, so you got your nodal return coming up, Momo. Yes, I'm having mine as well. My node is 29 degrees of Aries. Sumya, you have Jupiter in Aries. Yeah, so you're going to be having your Jupiter return. Yep. In the summer, yeah. Anyone who's traveling this year, I see a lot of really positive things coming from that. And we have the water element sensing. And I love how when I shuffled the north node, the south node was on the bottom before. I didn't call it out, but it was. And now we have the north node on the bottom. And the water element. And we had the water card that came out here, right? So this is that where we are getting that deeper sense of our purpose, our life's purpose at this time. Because remember, like we always say, our life's purpose changes and shifts as we do. But there's something going on in your life right now. You are in training for whatever it is that you are meant to do next. You're in you're like, life is your training right now that's preparing you to live out the next phase of your purpose. We'll put it that way. Remember, the training is part of our purpose. So even when we're going through the pain, even when we're going through the challenges and the turmoil, that's part of our purpose as well, because that's preparing us. Like we wouldn't be able to fulfill our purpose if we hadn't gone through that first. Yeah, we have Aquarius on the bottom of the deck here too. So we go from seeing to knowing. And so right now it's like, I feel like some people, you're getting this, no, actually, for many of us, this is indicating our life's purpose, of course, connected to, and I say of course because so many of us are so spiritually connected here, right? That's what brings us, that's what's brought us all together. Your life's purpose is directly connected to your intuition, to your second sight, to your spiritual gifts. And those are coming through more powerfully, activating more powerfully this week for many people as well. And there's, follow your intuition, follow your gut, follow your heart, right? We talked about recently the energy of the heart with that full moon in Cancer. In fact, the heart overpowering the mind, right? Learning how to be led by the heart as opposed to the mind, led by the heart with the mind following instead of the other way around. And so like, You may not know where you're going just yet, but your intuition, your heart is leading you down the pathway that's going to get you to where it is that you want to go. And when I say where you want to go, you don't know where that is quite yet, but your soul does. So trust it. And if your heart leads you down a path that you don't think leads to where you want to go, and you question it because you don't understand, you didn't think that was part of what you wanted, or don't imagine that you could get what you think you want by going in that direction, but your heart and your soul are pulling you that direction anyway, trust that. Trust that. My higher self knows better than I. My higher self has that grander perspective. My higher self is not being deceived, right? And with this, I know on top of the Venus card, there's going to be knowings coming through. Trust your knowings that come through. Don't trust the gossip, like we said. Don't trust gossip. But trust your own deeper knowings as they begin to develop around the truth that's in your heart. So I feel this is reminiscent of the kind of like the fallout from the that full moon in Cancer. There was a truth within our heart that was revealed, but we may not have seen it. We may not be seeing it fully clearly still, partially because of the retrograde energies, right? Partially because there's still some area where we are deluding ourselves in some way, but it's going to continue to become more clear. But when we are truly tapped into our heart, we don't question anymore. We know. All right. That's the difference of trying to understand whether you're being guided by your heart or your head. If you're in a questioning mode, that's your mind. If you feel uncertainty, that's your mind. Your heart is steadfast. When you are centered in your heart and you are tapped into your heart's knowing, you feel that resonates, that vibrates deep within your being. There's an absolute quality to that. And it's not the kind of absolute when we talk about being stuck in our, what was I trying to say there? Oh, now my right ear is popping. Like when we're being stubborn about something, it's not that kind of steadfastness. This is a different energy that I'm talking about. I also flipped through. I saw the Mercury retrograde card. I saw the 4th house roots and the Chiron card. So there could be healing happening for some people this week around childhood as well. Childhood wounds, ancestral healing going on. Healing within the lineage. All right. Resolving an old wound from childhood. Clear. And everything that's happening right now is happening to bring us more deeply into our spiritual gifts and to tap us more deeply into our faith, to connect us more powerfully and profoundly with the universe and with our own hearts. Clear. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to pull a crystal card to see what crystal wants to work with us this week. Clear. And then I may pull a concluding card as well. There's another deck calling to me too, but I want to get the crystal card out for you guys. What crystal wants to work with us this upcoming week? Yeah, that energy is right in line, DSA. Healing but not making a move. Yeah, sometimes we just need to be in our healing process. That's often the best place to be, you know, when we are like, I feel like we feel a lot of pressure to act. Right? This society, everything is all about do, go, choose, act. And sometimes we feel almost like this pressure, like we're not doing or accomplishing enough. That's why mastering the art of being in the world and the society that we live in is so important. Obviously, this year is very much about action. This is a year ruled by Aries energy. We are being called to take action, to take constant, consistent action this year. But there is a time and a place for action, and there is a time and a place for stillness, right? This is that balance of the masculine and the feminine. And when we are deep in our healing process, when we are working on reconnecting with our heart, sometimes it's best to just take a break. All right, we all need to take that time and not feel the pressure to constantly be on the go. Sometimes we need to just sit still. I mean, look at 2020. The whole world was forced to sit still for a while there. All right, because we don't. And there's how much clarity was gained from that experience. Healing is work, absolutely. Healing is the most intensive work you will ever do. And the most worthy is not the word I was looking for, but the most valuable, right? So we have citrine coming out. Abundance. Ooh, working with that abundance consciousness and energy this week, you guys. And I love that. We're working, remember, we had that person of earth card, that earth energy come out. And I really feel that as working this week as well to continue to increase our stability, to continue to cultivate and to build towards our abundance, to build towards the things that we're wanting to manifest. And remember, it starts by taking those simple action steps, by creating those habits and routines, by taking those small, consistent steps toward our goals. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. All those steps, single steps add up. But really cultivating and working on grounding, working on tending to whatever it is in our lives that makes us and allows us to feel the most stable, grounded, and balanced. And I know I personally have really been working with cultivating an abundance mindset. I've been doing a lot of abundance affirmations, right? Because that's a way of training my brain. So I speak things to myself, and I've been working with speaking things out loud as well. Instead of just thinking them, there's a lot more power when you say things out loud. So I'm speaking affirmations out loud surrounding abundance. I'm working on retraining my belief systems around abundance. I'm vibrating in that energy of abundance and noticing and paying attention where it is in any area of my life that I'm beginning to fall back into lack consciousness. So take in the light language on this card as I read to you about citrine, another crystal, much like amethyst that we got very recently, that most people have in abundance in their home. And the master crystal deva of citrine is Citral Mra. Citral Mra. And citrine says, "Come close, child. Let me warm you with my golden glow, breathing life into all that you are. Together, without judgment, we will create the path to your abundance, man and spirit as one. Let us blend the creative avenues of spirit through the lowest, densest parts of matter. Raise your palms to the sky. Fill yourself with my light. Breathe it to your core and magnify its glory into the bliss of endlessness. Money, health, love, and time, whatever your currency of joy in the moment." Ooh, I like that. "I have come to aid you in its acquisition. Rediscovered friends we are. Take my hand whenever you wish, and I will descend the golden dove of abundant light to remind you of your regal seed. This is a journey of minds, blended from the most physical to the divine and beyond. We will always arrive where we began in creation. With you, for you, are all that there is." Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Yes, and you always want to be careful when you are buying citrine that you know how to spot fakes, because a lot of citrine is simply heat-treated amethyst. And so this is saying if it looks burnt or looks dark, murky, or I don't like using the word cheaper because it's amethyst, so it's still a beautiful stone. But if it looks burnt, dark, or murky, then it's probably not true citrine. And you can also tell by the energy, right? The energy of citrine is warming, comforting, creative, motivating, and empowering. It really is if you've held citrine, you know it feels like a party in your hand. Honestly, it's great. I used to have the most beautiful piece of citrine that had the most intoxicating energy. I don't know what happened to it. It got lost when I moved, and I just hope that it found a home with somebody who appreciates it the way that I did. It was so incredible. Hello, Brooke. Welcome. Oh, yes. And of course, you are right on time. There is no such thing as late here. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, I hope somebody found it who appreciates it as I did, because that was such a beautiful piece. I need a really nice piece of citrine. I don't think I have one that I haven't had one that I felt connected to like I did that piece in a really long time, since that one, actually. Through work with citrine, confidence and trust in self soar, and we move to embrace the divine creative ability that is our birthright. We take charge of life without the need for attachments and ride the waves of life's ups and downs. The mind becomes charged with measured personal power, and obstacles on all levels fall away. It is from this that it has become known as the stone of abundance. Citrine is a clean crystal that never needs to be cleansed. This is not only due to its potent ability to connect to the higher self and anchor it into the body, but also due to its ability to conduct the unconditional gold ray into creation. This vibration allows the stone to cleanse and clear the entire chakra system, though it does have an affinity for the solar plexus and the sacral, where it positively lifts self-image, removes congestion, and empowers creativity. And we know we've been receiving a lot of upgrades to that solar plexus chakra for a while now, you guys. So citrine, a great way to really integrate that energy and to integrate that higher spiritual energy and ground it into the lower chakras, right? We talk about the importance of doing that all the time. And that's how we create, right? We take all of that higher inspirational energy and we ground it into manifested reality. In the ancient Atlantean way, citrine is the principal stone of the fourth city, a region of earth dedicated to the development of unconditional love and the embrace of the higher emotional self. This not only makes citrine an important stone, but also shows us the importance of its message in spirituality and the ascension process. All right. If citrine has come to you today, a gift is on its way. Something that you have desired for a long time is about to become a reality, dare I say, in the next few weeks. And were we not channeling the energy of the gift recently? I think I forget what video that was in, but we were talking about that very, very recently, the energy of the gift. The main thing to remember at this time is that new things can only occur where space has been made for them to exist. This means letting go of all attachments and standing in a self-loving and confident way to receive. The shining light of citrine also signals a clearing of negativity from your system and a burst of newfound vitality that should be directed onto the guided pathways of self-growth and empowerment. If this stone had its way, we would all love each other, heal each other, and respect each other. It asks a lot of us mortals, but it can give the endless gifts of unconditional light and love. Get ready to receive your dreams, but always be prepared to see just how small they are in the bigger picture. And the affirmation is, self-love is my measure of abundance. I love, I receive, I give. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think that this is going to be a very powerful crystal, especially when it comes to being open and being receptive. And that's one of my affirmations that I do around abundance every day now. I am open to receive the infinite blessings of the universe. And I just keep saying things very similar to that, right? But that I am open to receive. I am open and ready to receive. So important. Yeah. And so let's see here. The placements, if you have citrine and you want to work with any of these, oh my God, there's a ton of them for this one. The healing trinities. I am loved. I love that, Solik. And I love you. So citrine is a solar plexus and sacral chakra stone, but it can clarify and clear any of the energy centers if placed upon them. There's an attachment, realization, and release trinity That sounds and feels like it would be very beneficial for some people. And this may be the thing that you're not seeing, the attachment that needs to be released. And so if this is speaking to you, you place rhodochrosite on the heart chakra, green calcite underneath, and you lie still, relax, and when it feels right, you place citrine on top. And so this would be working with the cards. You can do this with the crystals themselves as well. I feel just continuing to add each crystal to the heart center. And you can, of course, program a clear quartz to take on the energies of any crystal that you choose. So if you don't have one of these crystals, you can utilize the clear quartz in its place. So rhodochrosite, then green calcite, citrine. And lying in meditation with these crystals on your heart center will allow one to recognize attachments held at the heart's frequency that need to be released. This healing usually continues for 21 days after the first experience. And it is recommended to do each day for 7 days at the same time if possible. It only needs to take up to 10 minutes. Aquamarine can be added or substituted for rhodochrosite if the mind resists the release process. Interesting. Vitality Boost Trinity is citrine on the lower left side of the chest, sunstone on the solar plexus, and topaz on the lower right side of the chest. Depression Realization Trinity, citrine on the crown chakra, black coral on the third eye, and gold on the solar plexus. Let all attention go to the heart chakra and draw the crystal's energy to that point. Just allow. Rose quartz or jasper can be added to finish the healing process if you feel it is needed, which it often is. I especially feel the rose quartz for people to aid in the integration within the heart. Manifestation into the physical trinity clears the in-body pathways for the manifestation process. Topaz in your power hand, which would be the one you write with, citrine on the heart chakra, and tanzanite in your other hand. Focus during this exercise should be at the third eye, attempting to keep the light there, a tiny star of light. And the manifestation help. And this involves carving the symbol for citrine, which you can see right here, into an orange candle, visualizing that which you wish to manifest. And this says placing the citrine card under the candle holder. If you don't have these cards, then I feel like you could place a piece of citrine with the candle. It says light the candle for 7 minutes a day for 21 days. Whatever it is will result, or you will realize that you don't actually need it. And then, of course, if the candle runs out, get a new one. All right, so those are the spreads that you can work with to work with citrine this month. And we have lapis lazuli on the bottom of the deck. And I do want to point this out for people. I'm not going to read it, but this is the realization card. So if you are really resonating with this energy that there's something you're not seeing, something that you are missing this week that you need to understand and get deeper clarity around, work with lapis as well. Meditate with lapis. Lapis and citrine together, I feel like could be an interesting combination too, a helpful combination. And that should assist you in coming to the realization and the understanding that you need most of this time. Chris of Praise came out as well, Fearless Movement. So that's another stone to use with citrine if you are looking for the extra boost to help you get going or get started on something, or have the courage to take action around something. All right, you guys, I think we are going to call that for today. Hello, Jamie. I did. Yes. I love you so much, beautiful. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful that you were able to join. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Misty. I am abundant. Exactly. Yeah. Work with those affirmations, you guys. For anyone who was here, the last live stream we did, we were talking about the ways that we were working towards a better and greater sense of vitality and good health this year as well. And so Let me know how you guys are doing with that too. Let me know in the comments down below, or take a minute right now as we're wrapping up this live stream. I just got my attachments for my tuning fork, so I'm now getting started working with I got the circuit boot that goes with the sonic slider. It helps to disperse the frequencies deeper into the muscles and the cells. So I'm beginning to work with that. I have not yet booked an energy. Let me see. I don't know why I have a block when it comes to remembering what this is called here. On EE. I can't remember what the second E stands for, but there's an energy system. It's like the closest thing to a med bed technology that we have available to us right now. And there's one in my state. And so I have not booked that yet, but I will be. And I have not received my Shilajit resin yet either. When I do, and once I test that out, I will definitely, I still think I posted the link if anyone wants to order. You guys may get yours. I'm in the affiliate program now, so my affiliate link, I believe, is in the description box. You guys, if you guys order through that and you want to get started on it and you're not wanting to wait for my review of it, I know there are quite a few people, quite a few of us in this tribe who already use it and say it's incredible. You may get yours before me, because I think the promoters and affiliates actually are kind of last on the list to get the shipments. So clear. You guys may receive it first, and then you can tell me how you're liking it. But I definitely have been feeling better, I think, just from using the tuning fork. I really have. So that has been interesting, and I will keep you guys posted with that. Yeah, so let me know, anyone who is working toward that as well. We talked about cleaning up our diets as well. We talked about adding more movement. So how is that going for you? How are you feeling? What is shifting and changing? And yeah, I appreciate you guys. You are so beautiful. I hope that you have an incredible week. We should definitely feel even more movement as we move into the end of January here, once Mercury stations direct along with Mars. And like the reading said this week, don't feel pushed into too much action. Don't feel pushed into snap decisions. If you need to get more information, get more information. Just take in all the information being offered to you right now, but don't take anything as gospel. Right? Get all the facts before you react, and be open. Work on cultivating that openness to all of this beautiful abundance that wants to come in for us, and be open to the new, because there is so much that is beautiful and fresh and new coming in for so many of us. Brand new beginnings, brand new starts. Check out, as a reminder, where Jupiter or where 2 degrees of Aries is in your chart, to see what area of your chart Jupiter may be bringing through this brand new beginning and blessings. Clear. All right. Love you too, Cookies Mama. Love you, Jamie. Love you, Misty, Solik, Brooke, everybody. I love you all. You're incredible. Have an amazing night, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.